back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one. We have got my scorpion that I want to redo her enclosure. So this is the Hetrometrus Scaber, I think I said that correctly, which is the Asian jungle scorpion. So with that said, let's get her rehoused. So here she is. I'm not sure if this is a male or female. So we're gonna get her in the cricket tub. So these are very easy to deal with. They don't really, they don't have a very high amount of venom or anything like that. So these scorpions will much prefer use their claws than they will they'll rather use their claws rather than their tails. So basically with their food, if you give them a worm, like a super worm, or if you a super worm or a Mario worm, they will just crush it with their claws and then eat it, compared to the highly venomous scorpions. They'll rather use their tails, and rather than their claws. So hopefully that makes sense. So we are now making the enclosure. So I have kept the substrate that was in here before, which was just cocoa fiber. So all I'm adding to this is some potting soil that has a bit more moisture to it. These guys will like a high humidity because these do live in the forests and stuff, so the humidity there will be a lot higher. So I would say the humidity for these guys, they'll do well between 70 and 80, even probably 85% humidity. These guys will do fine. So yeah, so I'm mixing that up. There is some old sphagnum moss that was in the substrate before, which I don't bother taking out because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just gone really dry. So that is one of the reasons why I am rehousing her, because the cocoa fiber dries right out. So you could spray it down and then within a couple of days it's like bone dry again. So I'm adding in a piece of cork bark, a piece that was already in there before as its hide, and I've also collected a nice piece of wood, or like a branch, what's got some cool moss on it. So I thought that would be really cool for this setup. So all I'm doing now is just trying to get it in the right angle. So I did some messing around and finally got it in a good position. So all I did was just move some of the substrate on the top right corner and then put it there and then covered it back over. So this ain't a bioactive enclosure, so there's going to be no live plants. I'm just going to use the fake plant that was in there before and put that in behind the piece of cork bark. Then I'm going to add some leaf litter and some sphagnum moss, just like so. So that will go from there all the way down to the water bowl. Yeah, so I put the water bowl in the front corner, pretty much the only spot it could really go. And some leaf litter, which I also collected from outside in the woods. Again, I think I said this in a couple of my other videos, you can go out and collect your own stuff from your woods or forest or whatever. As long as you're away from the roads, there's nothing wrong with it. It's all safe to use. So I added in some more sphagnum moss, coming right down to where the water bowl is, and this is the finishing product. So yeah, I think it looks alright. Try to make it realistic as I could, obviously, so she can use that hide to go in, and she can also tuck away behind that branch there. So here she is. So we'll now get her into our new enclosure. Yeah, these ain't too defensive. They can be a bit, look as if they're going to attack, but they don't really. They'll just you know, they'll turn around and look defensive, but majority of the time they won't do nothing. Like I said, they'll rather use their claws rather than their tail. And here she is. So we get a nice close-up here. So this is pretty much it. This is pretty much the end of this video now. So I'm just going to roll some footage of the scorpion moving around the enclosure. So I'll let that play and I'll come back to you afterwards. So there we have it, the Hetrometrus Scaber, the Asian jungle scorpion. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. I do just want your own opinions. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is Kaale's Tarantulas. This is where I do unboxing, rehousing, feeding, and care and husbandry videos on tarantulas. So if you like any of that content, subscribe if you want to. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe, hit the share, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.